Hello and welcome back. It is me, Matt, your host with the most, and today we are back with another episode of Just an Average Metalhead. Hope you're all having a good day. Let's get on what we're talking about. Yesterday, the announcement for who's going in to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame happened, and it's really solidified for me personally it's not a place for rock and roll anymore. It really doesn't give a shit about the fans like us. For me, growing up, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions were really like celebrating the legends of the music that we love. Like growing up, I watched AC/DC go in, Metallica go in, Rush, Nirvana, the Foo Fighters, just loads of bands and stuff that I absolutely adored, even up to a few years ago. But the last couple of years has really, really driven it home for me that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does not really give a crap about the music we love anymore, and they are celebrating music which previously wouldn't have been touched with a barge pole. Like, I get like celebrating music that is like rock adjacent or has crossed over, like when NWA and well, maybe not so much with NWA, but when Public Enemy went in, like with like due to their connection with Anthrax and like if Ice-T was to go in, I could see it because of his work with Body Count and how much of a fan he is. But like this year is really just solidified that they don't care. Like out of the what is it, like seven main inductees, and I'm not going into the outside because it makes it even worse. Only one of them is a rock band, or anything to do with rock music, and that's Rage Against the Machine. And I'm not complaining that they're going in; they thoroughly, thoroughly deserve to go in. But we've got Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, George Michael, Missy Elliott, Willie Nelson, the Spinners, which are an old school R&B group, like rhythm and blues. And I get like the Spinners are adjacent because like the blues is what like influenced artists like Black Sabbath and Deep Purple when there was like the Yard and Led Zeppelin when there was the Yardbirds. You know, that's the music that influenced those people growing up. But Kate Bush, she's I get in a way I kind of get it because she's alternative, but she's pop music. George Michael is pop music. Missy Elliott is rap music. Who has like she has no connection, and it's the same as last year. Like there was like Dolly Parton. Granted, she didn't. She actively said, "I'm not rock and roll. I don't want to go in," but they still put her in anyway. The Eurythmics, Lionel Richie, Carly Simon. Like in a way, I kind of get Duran Duran because they've got that edge to them, but still, they're more of a pop band than they are. Like Pat Benatar went in last year, which is fantastic, but again, it's like the one out of all the main inductions. Like Eminem went in, but I can kind of see Eminem because he has that darker side and he's like rock adjacent, but still like he's more rap than he is related. And like last year, it was sort of like, oh yeah, we've put Judas Priest in, but no, you didn't put him in the main hall. You give him the music excellence award, which is it's bullshit. They're throwing these like non-rock acts in when some of the greatest rock acts of all time haven't even been touched. Like Iron Maiden have been nominated 2 years in a row and they haven't got in. Granted, Maiden have said that they don't want to go in. They've had all the acknowledgement they want from the fans, but still, Soundgarden aren't in. REO Speedwagon aren't in. Jethro Tull aren't in, Scorpions isn't in, Dio isn't in, Slayer isn't in, Motorhead isn't in, Blue Oyster Cult isn't in. If we want to go for newer stuff, Tool aren't in. I can't remember off my top of my head, but I don't even think Anthrax are in. A lot of us thought when Metallica went in, it was going to open the door to a lot of the music we love going in. But it hasn't. It's quite obvious that they had shutting the door in our face, saying, right, you go over there, we don't really care about you lot anymore, we've got this now. I'm sorry, but like, with Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton, there is a Country Music Hall of Fame already, and they're in. They don't need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they have nothing to do with it. Like, Willie Nelson is out and out a country singer, same as Dolly Parton. Like, George Michael has got nothing to do with it. Like, he's not even rock adjacent. He's just pure pop music. He's not like Elton John, who, like, he's out and out said, like, he's a rock and roller. He always has been. Like, it was, you could see why Elton John went in. He's got that to him. But George Michael doesn't. The closest there is to George Michael being having anything to do with rock music is Limp Bizkit covering Faith. That's it. Like, if you want to go to the more popular side of rock and roll, Meatloaf isn't in. Put Meatloaf in. Don't just go, oh, well, we're running out of people now. No, you're not. There's no reason for such as like Carly Simon and Lionel Richie to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And yet, Ronnie James Dio and Motorhead and Iron Maiden aren't in yet. Bands that, in the case of Motorhead and Dio, gave their, like, they were out performing till they dropped dead. Nobody gave anything, nobody gave their lives towards rock and roll more than Dio and Lemmy. They deserve their place. But no, they don't care. So, me personally, from now, I'm done. And we shouldn't care anymore, because they don't care about us. They throw us a bone with one decent act every year. And that's it. Like, oh, there is still something there for you. No, they're fucking in. Because, yeah, I love Rage Against the Machine. I mentioned on my top 20 albums of all time how much that band means to me personally. They're a big reason I am the way I am today. But they are the only rock act that's going in. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, I'm not even going to go, like, if, like, they gave Judas Priest a Musical Excellence Award last year to, like, appease us. But one of the people getting the fucking Musical Excellence Award this year is Shaka Khan. Again, nothing to do with fucking rock music. So, going forward, we need to wash our hands of this organisation. They haven't got a fucking clue what we want anymore. Like I said, like, I grew up, like, appreciating it because it gave props to the bands that started it all. And, like, people that we love. Like, they do like I said, they occasionally throw us a bone, like putting in someone like Randy Rhoads, who deserves it, and who's like he tragically never got the chance to be given any props like this. But it's just a fucking circus show now, and it's not on. Like, Chris Cornell was one of the most talented rock singers there's ever been. and they're not even. They'd rather they'd rather put in fucking Kate Bush and fucking Missy Elliott. Who, like, I'm not saying they aren't talented, because they are at what they do, but it's nothing to do with rock and roll. It's an absolute joke. It is such a joke. Like, even if we was to go to like more modern stuff, put like I'm not sure if they are, but like, no doubt they have got that fucking ska punk origin. Put them in if you want to appeal to the pop crowd. Because of Gwen Stefani. Oh, they've been going long enough now. I should have researched this beforehand. But if Blink 182 aren't in, put them in. Because if the Foo Fighters can get in, so can they. It's so disappointing. Like, it gets me further into like stuff like the Grammys and stuff, where like 9 times out of 10, the stuff for rock and metal performances aren't even on the main fucking show anymore. We're an afterthought. And like they wonder why we clamour to be taken seriously. It's because we have such pride in the music that we love, and I know I do. That's why, like, I've held off, like, doing my review of the new Metallica album because, like, everybody else is acting like, oh, it's lost its flavour already, or that it's just a Metallica album. Whereas I want to give it the headspace, and the video will be coming later on this week of me reviewing that album, and I'm gonna go off because some little things about people's reaction to it has really pissed me off. But this is the thing that's peed me off the most. Like, bands that work hard day in, day out, still aren't getting the proper appreciation they deserve. And it's just not fair. And in future, like, wash your hands of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not the place that it should be. I'm sorry for such a downer video today. I'm trying to be a lot more positive, but I had to get this shit off my mind because it just fucking annoys me. Anyway, I'm going to come back with some more positive stuff tomorrow. I'm sorry for the rant today, but I had to get it off my chest, and I know it means a lot to other people as well as myself about like how the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just doesn't care. But I hope you all have a fantastic day, and may the light of 1,000 suns brighten your spirits today. And like I always say, keep the faith. Look after yourself. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Loads of good stuff coming. Just stick with me. Some good stuff is yet to come. Hope you all have a good day. Bye.